I push open the front door, the familiar creak welcoming me home after a grueling workout at the gym. The house smells faintly of lavender and something else, something unfamiliar. I hang my keys on the hook by the entryway and kick off my sneakers, stretching my sore muscles. "Hey, honey," I call out, expecting the usual response from the kitchen. Silence greets me. Odd, since Sarah usually hums along to music while preparing dinner. I shrug it off, assuming she's busy. As I head toward the living room to relax, something catches my eye, a jacket draped over the back of the sofa. It's not mine. The cut is different, the color slightly off from Sarah's usual styles. Curiosity piqued, I pick it up. It's sleek, dark, with an unfamiliar scent, maybe a mix of her perfume and something else. I glance around, noticing that Sarah's closet door is ajar, clothes spilling out. The jacket doesn't fit in with her wardrobe. Unease settles in my stomach. I sit down on the couch, holding the jacket. Inside the pocket, I find a business card. My hands tremble as I read the name, Lena Hartley. The contact details are professional, but a quick Google search reveals she's a well-known stripper who offers private, intimate services. My heart pounds. Could Sarah really be involved with someone like her? I feel a knot of betrayal tightening. Sarah? I whisper, more to myself than to anyone else. The silence remains unbroken. Doubt gnaws at me. Maybe I'm overreacting, but the evidence feels too concrete. Determined to find answers, I decide to confront her. I walk into the kitchen, where the faint sound of chopping echoes from upstairs. Sarah is there, focused on slicing vegetables. She looks up, surprised to see me so tense. "Hey, you look upset." "Everything okay?" she asks, concern etched on her face. I force a smile, trying to mask the turmoil inside. "Yeah, just a long day at the gym." "Everything's fine." She nods, but I can see the worry flicker in her eyes. I decide to drop the act. "Sarah, I found something." "A jacket." "It's not mine, and I don't recognize it." "Do you know anything about it?" Her knife pauses mid-air, vegetables still on the cutting board. She takes a deep breath, eyes darting away for a moment before meeting mine. "It's nothing, Alex." "Maybe it belongs to a friend." I'm not convinced. "A friend? Or someone else?" I found a business card in the pocket. Lena Hartley. She's a stripper, isn't she? Sarah's composure cracks. Her eyes fill with tears, and she looks away again. "Alex, please." "It's not what you think." I feel a surge of anger and hurt. "Then what is it, Sarah? Explain it to me." She finally meets my gaze, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this. I'm sorry." Betrayal cuts deep. I stand up abruptly, knocking the chair back. "Sorry isn't enough. You destroyed our marriage. I trusted you." Without waiting for a response, I grab my keys and storm out, the door slamming shut behind me. The cool night air hits my face as I make my way to the garage. My mind races with thoughts of revenge, of making Sarah pay for her deceit. I sit in my car, the engine idling, plotting my next move. This isn't just about discovering infidelity, it's about reclaiming my sense of self, my dignity. I can't let her get away with this. Determined, I pull out my phone and start making calls, friends who can help, resources to ensure Sarah faces the consequences of her actions. Each step is calculated, fueled by a mix of pain and resolve. As I drive away, the weight of what's to come settles over me. The path I'm about to take is dark, but there's no turning back. Betrayal has set the stage, and now it's time for retribution. The night stretches ahead, filled with uncertainty and the promise of upheaval. But one thing is clear, my life is about to change forever, and there's no going back to the way things were. The cool night air does little to calm my racing thoughts as I drive through the empty streets. Every red light, every passerby, every distant siren only heightens my sense of betrayal. I park the car in the garage, the engine still idling, and take a deep breath. This isn't just about discovering Sarah's infidelity anymore, it's about making sure she understands the depth of her betrayal. I grab my phone and scroll through my contacts, stopping at Jake's number. Jake and I have been friends since college, always there for each other through thick and thin. If anyone could help me navigate this mess, it's him. "Come on, Jake," I mutter, pressing the call button. The phone rings twice before he answers. "Alex?" "Man, it's been a while." "What's up?" I hesitate, then decide to cut to the chase. "Jake, I need your help." "It's serious." There's a pause, and I can hear the concern in his voice. "All right, meet me at our old spot in an hour?" "We can talk." I agree and end the call, feeling a mix of relief and anxiety. An hour isn't too long, but it feels like an eternity as I sit in my car, plotting my next moves. I need to be methodical, no rash decisions. Revenge requires precision. An hour later, I find Jake sitting at our favorite diner, sipping a black coffee and staring out the window. He looks up as I approach, a questioning expression on his face. "Jake, thanks for meeting me on such short notice," I say, sliding into the booth across from him. He nods, concern etched in his features. "What's going on, Alex? You sounded serious on the phone." I take a deep breath, recounting the events of finding the jacket, discovering the business card, and confronting Sarah. Jake listens intently, his expression growing grimmer with each detail. "What are you thinking?" he asks once I've finished. I lean in, lowering my voice. "I need to make her pay, Jake. She took everything from me, trust, our marriage. I can't let her get away with this." Jake runs a hand through his hair, considering. "Revenge can be messy, Alex. You need to be careful. Think about what you want to achieve." "I want her to suffer, Jake. I want her to understand what she did. I want to ruin her life the way she ruined mine." He sighs, nodding slowly. "All right. First, we need to gather evidence. Something concrete that shows what she's been up to. If you go public without proof, it could blow back on you." I agree, knowing he's right. I was thinking of checking her phone, maybe going through her emails. Anything that can confirm her infidelity beyond doubt. Jake hesitates. "You sure about that? Invading her privacy like that could have legal repercussions." I meet his eyes, determination unwavering. "I don't care. I need the truth, and I need to act on it." He reaches across the table, placing a hand on mine. "All right. I'll help you. But we need to be smart about this. Let's start by accessing her phone. Do you have any idea where she keeps it?" "She always has it with her, by her side, whether we're out or at home. It's her lifeline, her connection to everything else. Yeah, she keeps it in her purse. She never leaves the house without it." Jake nods. "Okay. We need to wait until she's not around. Maybe tonight, after dinner. I can distract her while you grab the phone." I feel a surge of gratitude. "Thanks, Jake. I owe you one." He shrugs. "Just make sure you don't get in over your head. I've seen how revenge can consume a person." I give him a tight smile. This isn't just about revenge. It's about reclaiming what's mine. Make her pay, Jake. The weight of our plan settles over me. The next few hours will be crucial. I need to stay calm, stay focused. This is just the beginning. Back home, the house is quiet, the tension thick in the air. Sarah is upstairs, possibly unaware of the storm brewing downstairs. I take a moment to steady myself, then move towards the kitchen where Jake has already started making preparations. "All right, here's the plan," Jake explains, spreading out a map of the house. She usually locks her phone in her purse inside the bedroom. We need to create a distraction so she leaves it unattended for just a few minutes. I nod, listening intently as he outlines each step. Timing is everything. Any mistake could alert Sarah or leave us vulnerable. As the evening progresses, the anticipation builds. Sarah is in the living room, watching TV, completely oblivious to our intentions. I keep an eye on the clock, waiting for the perfect moment. Now, Jake whispers, signaling me to act. I move swiftly, grabbing the phone from the purse and slipping it into my pocket. The adrenaline rush is intense, but there's no time to celebrate. We need to extract the information quickly. Back at the diner, we pore over her messages and emails, searching for anything that confirms her affair. It doesn't take long, numerous messages between Sarah and Lena Hartley, more intimate than I ever imagined. I feel a cold satisfaction as the evidence mounts. This is just the beginning. With Jake's help, I can expose Sarah's betrayal to everyone she knows, ensuring she faces the consequences of her actions. But as I sit there, surrounded by proof of her infidelity, a nagging doubt creeps in. Is this truly the path I want to take? The line between justice and vengeance is thin, and I'm teetering on the edge. Jake catches my hesitation. You need to stay focused, Alex. She deserves to know what she's done. I take a deep breath, pushing the doubt aside. You're right. Let's move forward. As the night deepens, our plan takes shape, each step bringing me closer to the retribution I crave. The sense of betrayal fuels my determination, and I can't turn back now. The house that once felt like a sanctuary now holds the key to my revenge, and I'm ready to unleash it. The first light of dawn seeps through the curtains as I wake from a restless sleep. The weight of last night's revelation still presses heavily on my chest. Sarah's betrayal is undeniable, and now, with Jake's help, I've begun to piece together the extent of her deceit. But tonight isn't just about uncovering the truth, it's about setting my plan into motion. I wake Jake up with a firm shake. Come on, man. We've got a lot to do today. He groans, rubbing his eyes before sitting up. What's the plan for today, Alex? We need to dig deeper. Last night, we found the messages between Sarah and Lena, but I want to know more. I need to understand why she did this. Jake nods, already pulling on his clothes. All right. I have a few contacts who can help us access more information. But we need to be careful. If Sarah catches wind of what we're doing, it could escalate. I take a deep breath, steeling myself. I'm ready. Let's get started. We meet at the diner again, the place still quiet this early in the morning. Jake pulls out his phone and makes a series of calls, his fingers moving swiftly over the screen. After a few tense minutes, he hangs up and turns to me. My contact at the cyber cafe can help us hack into Sarah's email and social media accounts. It's risky, but it's our best shot at getting more concrete evidence. I nod, feeling a mix of anxiety and determination. Let's do it. We head to the cyber cafe, a dimly lit place on the outskirts of town where privacy is scarce, but Jake's contact knows how to navigate the digital shadows. The owner, a wiry man named Marcus, greets us with a cautious smile. Jake, it's been a while. What can I do for you guys today? Jake explains our situation briefly, emphasizing the need for discretion. Marcus listens intently, his eyes darting around the room as if wary of unseen eyes. All right, I can help. But this won't be cheap, and there's always a risk of getting caught. Are you sure you want to proceed? I meet Jake's gaze, unwavering. We have no choice. We need the truth. Marcus nods and leads us to a back room filled with old computers and tangled cables. He sets up a workstation, his fingers dancing over the keyboard with practiced ease. First, we need access to her email. Once we have that, we can look for any incriminating evidence, emails, photos, anything that shows the depth of her involvement with Lena. As Marcus works, I feel a surge of anticipation mixed with dread. The seconds stretch into minutes, each tick of the clock amplifying the tension. Finally, he turns to us, a satisfied grin on his face. We're in. Her email is accessible, and I've bypassed most of her security measures. You have about 20 minutes before the system logs out. Jake and I exchange a quick glance before diving into the task at hand. We sift through Sarah's emails, searching for any correspondence that might shed light on her motivations. It doesn't take long to find a string of messages between her and Lena, discussing meetings, plans, and intimate details that confirm the affair. "This is worse than I thought," I mutter, scrolling through the screen. "She's been meeting Lena regularly for months." Jake leans over my shoulder, his expression grim. "There's more. Look at this email thread. She's not just seeing Lena, she's involving her in her personal and professional life. It's like she's built a whole separate world with her." I feel a chill run down my spine. Why didn't she ever mention Lena to me? What was she hiding? Before we can delve deeper, Marcus alerts us that the system is about to log out. We quickly save the files onto a USB drive, the evidence now in our hands. "We need to leave now," Jake says urgently. "If Sarah finds out, it could get dangerous." We exit the cyber cafe, the weight of our discovery pressing down on us. As we drive back to my house, the gravity of what we're about to do settles in. This evidence is just the beginning, but it gives us the ammunition we need to move forward with our plan. Back home, the atmosphere is tense. Sarah is still upstairs, unaware of the storm brewing downstairs. I sit at the dining table, staring at the USB drive, contemplating our next steps. Jake paces the room, his mind clearly racing. "We need to decide how to use this information," Jake says, stopping to face me. "Do we go to the authorities, confront her directly, or expose her ourselves?" I take a deep breath, considering each option carefully. Going to the authorities could work, but it might not give us the control we need over the situation. Confronting her directly could escalate things too quickly. I think exposing her ourselves gives us the leverage we need. Jake nods thoughtfully. "Agreed. But we need to be strategic. We can't just dump all the evidence at once. We need to build a case that's undeniable." I lean back in my chair, feeling the weight of the decision. We start by gathering more information, maybe even testimonies from people she's involved with. The more we have, the stronger our position. Jake smiles, a hint of camaraderie in his eyes. "Looks like we're in this together, huh?" I return the smile, the tension momentarily easing. "Yeah. Let's make sure she pays for what she did." As the day progresses, we methodically gather more evidence, reaching out to people who might have insights into Sarah's activities. Each new piece of information builds a clearer picture of her deception, fueling our determination to see this through. But beneath the surface, doubts linger. The line between justice and vengeance is becoming increasingly blurred, and the cost of our actions looms ominously. Yet, the betrayal is too deep, the pain too raw to turn back now. As night falls, we review our findings, the evidence laid out before us like a roadmap to retribution. Sarah's lies have not only shattered my trust, but have also exposed vulnerabilities I never knew existed. Now, it's time to use that knowledge to reclaim my life. "We need to move carefully," Jake advises, his voice steady. "One wrong move, and everything could fall apart." I nod, the resolve hardening within me. We'll take it step by step. No rush, no mistakes. As I prepare to execute the next phase of our plan, I can't shake the feeling that we're teetering on the edge of something far bigger than revenge. The secrets we're uncovering hint at deeper intrigues, connections that could unravel everything I thought I knew about Sarah, and perhaps even myself. The night is quiet, the house seemingly peaceful, but beneath the surface, a storm is brewing. The path of betrayal and retribution we've embarked upon is fraught with uncertainty, each step forward deepening the mystery and drawing us closer to the inevitable confrontation. In the shadows of my once happy home, the true extent of Sarah's deception begins to emerge, and I realize that this battle is only just beginning. The intrigue of the main plot thickens, and with it, the stakes grow higher, promising that the journey ahead will be anything but predictable. The sun sets with a fiery intensity, casting long shadows across the city as I sit alone in my study. The evidence Jake and I gathered over the past few days lies spread out before me: emails, photos, messages, all proof of Sarah's betrayal. My heart pounds with a mixture of rage and determination. Tonight is the night everything changes. Jake paces the room, his brow furrowed in concentration. We've got everything we need. It's time to make our move. I nod, my jaw clenched. She thinks she can continue her life without consequence. It's time she learns otherwise. We finalize our plan, every detail meticulously mapped out. Sarah's schedule, her habits, her vulnerabilities, we know them all. Revenge requires precision, and there's no room for error. First, we need to isolate her, Jake suggests. Cut off her communication, her resources. Make her feel as alone as you do right now. I agree, feeling the weight of each step. Then we make sure she can't rebuild her life. No friends, no job, nothing. As the night deepens, our plan unfolds with methodical efficiency. We start by hacking into her financial accounts, draining her savings silently. Without access to funds, Sarah's life begins to crumble overnight. Bills go unpaid, credit cards maxed out. Panic sets in as she realizes the precariousness of her situation. Next, we target her social circles. Using the evidence we've gathered, we expose her affair publicly. Social media becomes a battleground as photos and messages are leaked, painting her as the unfaithful wife. Friends and acquaintances turn their backs, leaving her isolated and humiliated. But we're not done yet. The final act of our revenge is the most insidious. I arrange for a false job offer to Sarah, a prestigious position that promises to elevate her career. Desperate for redemption, she accepts, unaware that the job is a facade designed to trap her. The night before her supposed first day, I confront her. Our house feels like a battlefield, the air thick with tension and unspoken anger. Sarah, I begin, my voice steady but cold, we need to talk. She looks up, eyes red from sleepless nights. Alex, please. I can explain everything. I hold up the USB drive, the evidence of her betrayal. You left me with nothing. I'm taking everything back. Tears well in her eyes, but there's no pleading left. Alex, I never meant for it to happen this way. I take a step closer, my anger barely contained. You betrayed me, our marriage, our life. Now, I'm ending it for good. Before she can respond, Jake enters the room, a final piece of our plan in motion. It's over, Sarah. You have no one left. In that moment, the depth of her deception hits her. She collapses into a chair, the realization of her complete isolation dawning on her. What have you done, Alex? I look at her, my resolve unshaken. I did what you deserved. You took everything from me, and now I'm taking everything from you. As days turn into weeks, Sarah's life spirals further out of control. Jobless, friendless, and financially crippled, she becomes a shadow of her former self. The public humiliation is the final nail in the coffin of her reputation. But amidst the satisfaction of revenge, a lingering emptiness settles in my heart. The hatred that fueled my actions now feels hollow. I've achieved my goal, but at what cost? One evening, as I sit alone in the now quiet house, Jake enters with a somber expression. You did it, Alex. She's finished. I nod, staring blankly at the walls that once held the warmth of our shared life. Yes, but I feel empty. Jake sits beside me, placing a hand on my shoulder. Revenge never truly fills the void. It just replaces one pain with another. I sigh, the truth of his words resonating deeply. Maybe it's time to move on, to find a way to heal. Jake nods, understanding the weight of my journey. It's not too late, Alex. We can start over. As the days pass, the remnants of our revenge begin to fade, but the scars remain. The house feels different now, devoid of the love and trust that once defined it. The betrayal and retribution have left an indelible mark, severing the ties that once bound us. One morning, I receive a final message from Sarah, a terse, empty farewell. It's the closure I never wanted but ultimately need. Our lives have diverged irreparably, each of us carrying the burden of our actions. In the end, the surprise revelation comes not from an external twist, but from within myself. The true deception wasn't just Sarah's infidelity, but my own descent into darkness fueled by vengeance. The path of retribution, once clear and justified, led me to lose sight of who I once was. As I watch the sunrise, a new chapter begins, not one of revenge, but of self-discovery and healing. The hatred that once consumed me now transforms into a resolve to rebuild, to find peace amidst the chaos of betrayal. The final conclusion is bittersweet. While Sarah's deception has been exposed and her life irrevocably changed, the true cost of revenge is revealed through the hollowness it leaves behind. In parting forever, both of us must navigate the aftermath of betrayal, each seeking a path to redemption in the wake of our shattered lives. The story ends with a lingering sense of resolution and the hope that, despite the darkness, there is a possibility for light to emerge from the shadows of betrayal and revenge.